Not long after placing the advertisement, Tom and Jackie began receiving calls from interested buyers. Most were simply shopping around. Some tried to negotiate the price. Others never called back. Then one phone call stood out from all the rest. The man on the other end introduced himself as Skylar DeLeon. He sounded confident, professional, and unusually eager. Skylar explained that he had been searching for the perfect yacht, large enough for his family, and he was prepared to move quickly. Unlike many buyers, he showed almost no interest in negotiating. Tom found that refreshing. After weeks of dealing with people who weren't serious, Skylar seemed different. A meeting was arranged at Newport Harbor, so Skylar could inspect the yacht. When the day arrived, Tom and Jackie welcomed Skylar aboard well-deserved. He wasn't alone. With him was another man, who introduced himself as John Fitzgerald Kennedy. The name immediately caught Tom's attention. It was certainly memorable, but beyond that brief moment, nothing seemed unusual. The two men appeared friendly. They complimented the yacht, carefully inspected every room, looked through the galley, examined the sleeping quarters, opened storage compartments, and asked detailed questions. To Tom, they looked exactly like serious buyers. Jackie noticed how impressed they seemed with the boat. After all, Well-Deserved had been more than a yacht. It had been their home. They had taken exceptional care of it. Skylar repeatedly praised the vessel. He told Tom it was one of the nicest yachts he had ever seen. The inspection lasted several hours. By the end of the visit, Skylar expressed his desire to purchase the yacht. The two sides shook hands. The deal appeared to be moving forward. Over the following days, Skylar remained in close contact. He called frequently, discussed paperwork, asked about registration documents, insurance, ownership records. Every conversation made him appear more legitimate. Tom began believing the sale would soon be complete. Jackie started browsing homes closer to their sons. They talked excitedly about becoming grandparents. Everything seemed to be falling perfectly into place. Then, Skylar made one final request. Before transferring $500,000, he wanted one last demonstration. He wanted to see the yacht operating in open water. It wasn't an unreasonable request. In fact, it was something many buyers would ask. A date was set, November 15th, 2004. That morning began like any other. The weather was calm. The Pacific Ocean was unusually peaceful. Tom and Jackie prepared Well-Deserved for what they believed would be its final voyage. Friends at the marina waved as they departed. No one suspected. This would be the last time the couple would ever be seen alive. Once everyone was aboard, the yacht slowly pulled away from the dock. The marina disappeared behind them. The coastline grew smaller. Soon, they were surrounded by nothing but open ocean. Out there, far from witnesses, everything changed. According to investigators, Skylar and his accomplice had never intended to buy the yacht. The entire transaction had been carefully planned. From the very beginning, their interest in the boat, the inspections, the paperwork, the phone calls, every detail had been designed to gain Tom and Jackie's trust. As the yacht reached deeper waters, the atmosphere shifted. The friendly conversation disappeared. The smiles faded. Without warning, Tom and Jackie found themselves staring down the barrels of firearms. Shock instantly turned into confusion. Neither of them resisted. They believed this was a robbery. They assumed the criminals wanted the money, or perhaps the yacht itself. They had no reason to believe. They were facing something far worse. The couple was forced below deck. Their hands were restrained with handcuffs. Their feet were bound. Tape was wrapped tightly around their mouths. Terrified, they could do little more than look at each other. For nearly 30 years, they had built a life together, raised a family, created memories that stretched across decades.